Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the all new Redmi Note 11 versus the old Redmi Note 10. And the Redmi Note 10 is powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 678 processor with 4GB of RAM, while the new Redmi Note 11 is powered by new Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor, which is based on 6nm architecture with 4GB of RAM. On the back we have quad cameras on both phones. We have 48 megapixel main camera, while with the new Redmi Note 11 we have 50 megapixel main camera, and the other cameras is exactly the same on both phones. 8 megapixel ultra wide with a 2 megapixel depth sensor and a 2 megapixel macro, and the back is made up of plastic on both phones, and the frame also is made up of plastic. And one thing you can see that and the sides of the new Redmi Note 11 is more flat, while on the previous Redmi Note 10 and the sides is more rounded. And you can see also we have fingerprint scanner on the side. Also on the bottom you can see we have headphone jack on the Redmi Note 10, which is available, which is on the top on the new Redmi Note 11. And you can see I like this position. Also we have dual speakers on both phones with IR cluster as well. So in this video I'm going to show you how much a difference between the new Redmi Note 11 with the Snapdragon 680 versus the old Redmi Note 10 with the Snapdragon 678. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. Okay guys, now let's start off with the boot up test. Like always, here we go. Logos came up first on the old Redmi Note 10, and you can see, and the naming it is also a little bit changed. It says Redmi, while the new it says Mi. Also we have Android 11 on both phones. We have MIUI version 12.5 on the old Redmi Note 10, while with the new Redmi Note 11 we have MIUI 13, which is based on Android 11. That's really disappointing. And the new Redmi Note 11 is more faster when it comes to booting up, and the Redmi Note 10 is taking a lot of time, about 4 or 5 second difference there between these two devices when it comes to booting up. And guys, now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. And both phones has a 6.4 inch display, and the difference is that we have Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate, while on the old Redmi Note 10 we have Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 60Hz refresh rate. We have high refresh rate display on the new Redmi Note 11. Also you can see that in the punch hole it looks really similar on both phones. Also, and the sides of the new Redmi Note 11 is more thinner as compared to the old Redmi Note 10, because the sides is flat on the new Redmi Note 11. Also you can see and the bottom chin as well as the forehead, it is very similar on both phones. Everything is closed up in the background, and you can see no application is running in the background. Also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones, and the first application we have is the phone dialer. That is a little more faster on the new Redmi Note 11. Again we have different animation on both phones with the MIUI 13. Next on the list is the settings, and that is very similar on both phones. And you can see we are running on MIUI 13, which is based on Android 11 versus a MIUI version 12.5, latest software on both phones. Now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 90Hz refresh rate. With the Note 10 we have 60Hz. That's really big difference in my opinion. Now let's check out some more application. Now let's open Amazon shopping. Again we have same Wi-Fi network, and the new Redmi Note 11 as well as the old Redmi Note 10, and both phones is performing very similar. So now let's see just scrolling, and that is feels a little more smoother on the Redmi Note 11. I can see the difference if I see very closely. Now let's open this. That is faster on the old Redmi Note 10. Now let's check out some games application. Now let's see that how much a difference between the Snapdragon 680 versus the Snapdragon 678. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga. Candy Crush is exactly the same on both phones, and you can see. So let me show you the speakers on both phones. Both phones has a dual speakers. Here is the Redmi Note 10 looks like, and here is the new Redmi Note 11 looks like. Yes, and the speakers on the new Redmi Note 11 is improved a little bit as compared to the old Redmi Note 10, and that's really good thing. So now let's open Instagram. That is very similar. Now let's open pinout. The pinout is a little more faster on the old Redmi Note 10, so that's really surprising. Again a little more faster on the Redmi Note 10. So now let's open Snapchat. That is very similar. Now let's open Spotify. Spotify also very similar on both phones. Now let's open Subway Surfer, and you can see the game app loading time. It is little more faster on the Redmi Note 10. Not all the time, but this time the Redmi Note 11 little more faster there. Not a big difference. Now let's open PUBG Mobile, and the PUBG is open up little more faster, seems like, on the Redmi Note 10. Yes, it is little more faster there. So you can see that in the game app loading time. And the old Redmi Note 10 is performing more faster as compared to the new Redmi Note 11. Also, we see a little bit lag on the Redmi Note 10 with MIUI version 12.5, and the MIUI 13 is improving. Now let's opening up the tutor, and that is a little more faster on the Redmi Note 10. And last one, launching the cameras on both phones, default camera application. Now let's see which one is more faster. And the new Redmi Note 11 little more faster there, seems like. So here's the camera UI looks like on both phones. We have 48 megapixel versus a 50 megapixel on the new. Now let's look at the front camera. In both phones has a 13 megapixel selfie camera. The front camera looks more better on the Redmi Note 10 on the old Redmi Note 10, and you can see, and the colors, everything looks more better on the old Redmi Note 10. Okay guys, now let's see internet browsing speed. I am seeing default Google Chrome on both phones. Also we have same Wi-Fi network. Now let's open wikipedia.org. That is very similar on both phones. Also in the haptics, it is a little bit more better on the new Redmi Note 11 as compared to the previous Redmi Note 10. That's really good improvement. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels exactly the same on both phones, because I cannot see the 90 Hz refresh rate madness on the Redmi Note 11. Now let's open this. Also very similar. Again, no 90 Hz effect on the Redmi Note 11. In the Google Chrome, I don't know why I think that, and the Google Chrome, it is not really optimized on the Redmi Note 11. Next on the list is the Apple.com. Apple.com is little more faster on the Redmi Note 11. It is a draw. Let's see the scrolling again. It is seems like a 60 Hz. No difference again. No 90 Hz on the Redmi Note 11. Now check out RAM management on both phones, and both phones has a 4 GB of RAM. Now let's see that who is performed good in the RAM management. Now let's open phone dialer. That is refresh. Now let's open settings. That is no refresh. Now let's open Amazon shopping, and that got refresh on both phones. Same result. Now let's open Candy Crush Saga. Same. Now let's open Instagram. That is not refresh. Now let's open Pinout, and that is refresh. Now let's open Snapchat. Same result. Now let's open Spotify. That is seems like in-app refresh. Now let's open Subway Surfer, and that is refresh. And the Redmi Note 11 display is producing more good colors in my opinion. Now let's open PUBG Mobile, and the PUBG is also got refresh on both phones, and you can see. Now let's opening up the Twitter. That is not refresh. Last way back to the internet browser. That is also refresh on both phones, and you can see. And guys, over I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that, and the old Redmi Note 10 is performing more faster in the game app loading time as compared to the new Redmi Note 11. I would say that in system-based application and both phones is performed very similar in terms of the RAM wise, and both phones is performed really bad in the RAM management. Again, we have 4 GB of RAM on both phones. I hope the RAM management will improve with some software updates on the new Redmi Note 11. And the chipset on the Redmi Note 11 is more efficient as compared to the Redmi Note 10. We didn't have any improvement in terms of the performance wise. I would say that the processor on the new Redmi Note 11 is more efficient, less hungry as compared to the Redmi Note 10 processor. Also we have 5000 mAh of battery size on both phones. Also we have 33 watt fast charging on both phones. Yes, and the fast charging, it is a little bit more faster according to Xiaomi as compared to the previous Redmi Note 10. And that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the new Redmi Note 11 versus the old Redmi Note 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.